Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
I have a question for you. Have you ever been in the shower and suddenly you remember as you're washing your hair, oh, I need to order that thing? Or you're driving in the car and you think about an email you were supposed to send and you're like, do I grab the phone and do it or do I not? Welcome to Too Many Thoughts. Here's one way to reduce your clutter. Today on Intentional Productivity Tips, we are going to talk about one tangible way you can go about reducing some of those clutter thoughts and those mind pop-ups that you have during the day. I am Megan. I am your very favorite strategic productivity partner, and I want to thank you for joining me today on Intentional Productivity Tips. You are watching me on USA Global TV and Radio's YouTube channel. Please remember, like, subscribe, and be reminded when episodes drop every Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific. Easy for some people to say, clearly not me. I do have some questions for you today about how do you handle all of the thoughts that pop up into your head? How do you stop mental clutter and stay focused? When you think about it, our world is speeding up. There are more things that we can think of than time in the day. And there are opportunities for our brains to be remembering things all the time. Our brains are now asked to remember more than ever before, which is good, but not good when you think about what does that mental clutter do to us when we're trying to stay focused. So today on our episode of Intentional Productivity Tips, we are going to talk about capture first, decide later, and act intentionally. We are going to talk about a productivity tip, which is capture ideas and turn into action. Today, the outline of what we're going to discuss is why thoughts can actually become distracting. What is a capture list? Where to capture ideas, when to review your captures, and turning thoughts into action. So let's talk a little bit more about what is a capture list. Have you ever had a random thought in the middle of the night, in the shower, or while driving? Like I already asked you, have you thought of examples of when that happened? What did you do with that thought? Did you turn those random thoughts into actionable items with the capture list process? Because ideas don't disappear. Ideas can actually distract. So why we want to have a capture list? Because uncaptured ideas, they don't go away. They hover. Think about how many lingering thoughts that you've had in the back of your mind that pop up every once in a while. Well, today we want to equip you with a process so when they pop up, you're able to do something with them. A capture list isn't about doing more. It's about not holding everything in your head. Think about how much that can hurt your brain. Think about all we're asking for our minds to do in this day and age. So if we can help our thought process and help our energy with a capture list, isn't it worth it? I definitely think so. And I think by the end of today's episode, you're going to have some tangible ways that a capture list is going to help calm some of those random thoughts in your mind and actually turn them into action. Why create a capture list process? Studies actually show that people who capture their ideas are about 40% more likely to follow through with them. Now, question for you. If you know that by implementing one process, you are going to increase your likelihood of completing things by 40%, are you willing to do it? I think it's worth it. Again, studies have shown, and this is from David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done. He has gone through and they have done the research and they realize that as humans, if we have a process to capture ideas, we are 40% more likely to follow through with them. So when you think about it, it is worth it. Think about what's taking up space in your brain right now. How many things are you thinking about? How many things are whirling around? Do you have ideas for a vacation? Do you have a work project you're thinking about? Is there a conversation you're planning? Are there emails that you need to do? Are you thinking about, oh, that's right, it's summer. What do I need to do? The problem isn't having thoughts. The problem is trying to remember all of them. Again, when we think about what's taking up space in your brain right now, does this sound like you? Do you like the way that this feels? Or are you ready for change? The way we're able to do this is to say and identify what is going to be your capture list process. A capture list is a trusted holding space for thoughts you can't act on yet. So they stop interrupting you from what you're doing now when you capture them. So that is why what we want to do is take some time and identify for you what's important in your capture list. The most important thing about a capture list is that you follow through with it. The most important way and the biggest way to confirm you'll follow through with something is if you personalize it for yourself. So one of the things that a capture list needs to do is it needs to say, what is it that you're going to do? How are you going to follow through with this? What is it that you're likely to do? Because again, fact, we all know we have ideas that pop up in our mind. We have thoughts that pop up in our mind. When they pop up, they're distracting us. What do we do with them? If we define your capture list process and why, you'll know that when those idea pops up, here's the steps that I'm going to take, and you know that you'll follow through on them. So your capture list, again, is all about you. You need to make it something that you're going to come back to. You're going to make it something that you're going to want to follow through on. So here are some options for capturing, for capture notes. You could use a notes app. You could use a paper notebook, something that you carry with you. Some people like paper. You could actually use a calendar. I have a client that creates an appointment on his calendar. You could use a note card. You could use a document. You could even text yourself. I have a client that texts herself things. It's the most important thing when you're identifying your capture list where and the place you're going to put your captures is identifying what, again, is going to work for you. Again, is it something that you've got with you all the time? Is it something that you're going to be able to access? I use my notes app. I use my notes app because my phone is always with me. And if my phone isn't with me, my laptop is, or whatever, right? I have a device with me. So for me, having my capture list on a device works. It's also important to remember personalizing it because you're going to want to be able to remember what you're going to do. I'm not going to lie. The very first time I started a capture list, for those of you who have been with me for a while, you may know that, remember, I love spreadsheets. I love to create a spreadsheet, color code, and all that. So I created a capture list spreadsheet. And when I opened it up, the first time I was going to use it, it actually looked like a status report for one of the projects I was working on at the time. And I opened it up and I closed it so quickly that I was like, I am not doing that. So ask yourself, where you're putting your capture list and the process you're setting up, is it something that you're going to use? Or is it when you open it, is it going to connect with you? So now my capture list, again, it's a notes app. And the title of it is always something like me, something about me, or me, hey, take care of me. It's always something that, again, I'm going to connect with and I'm going to remember. Sometimes it's remember to do this. Connect yourself with the capture list and make the items of it, make the actual capture list something that you're going to want to use and something that you'll remember. One reminder that's very important about a capture list, and this is something that a client has taught me, is you need to remember to put enough information so when you go back to it, you'll remember what it was that you meant. Because the reality is sometimes we can write a note because we know what that means in the minute, but later we're like, why was I looking for a gold star? What was it about a gold star? I love a gold star, but why did I need a gold star now? So you want to be sure on your capture list, again, it's all about you. So not only are you going to want to do it, you're going to need to understand to do it. The purposes of finding and figuring out your capture list, the purpose is to identify a place, to mind dump and download thoughts that arise but can't be dealt with right away. So the ask here is, how can you make that process? How can you make that purpose work specifically for you? Again, I use a notes app and I also personalize it to my interest. The first part of the battle is having a capture list and moving the thoughts from your mind to your capture list. That is the biggest first hurdle we need to cross. I'll be honest, there's a second hurdle we need to cross with this process, and that is actually doing something with that list, right? So it is great when we get it out of our mind, but it is not great when it just sits in a note or a calendar or whatever it is. So one of the things that's essential with the capture list is to set up time to review it. So why this matters, if you don't regularly review and process your capture list, you're going to get backlogged. And what you were trying to avoid is now happening again. So it's important to have a regular review time because this is going to help turn your random thoughts into actionable items. So what you want to do is you want to identify a review that closes the loop so your brain can rest. So you want to identify when are you going to review your capture list? Are you going to review it daily, weekly, monthly? For example, I review my capture list at the end of each day. That works for me. I have clients that have done it for all different levels. But again, one of the second hurdle we have to face is one, we've gotten the mind from our brain into our capture list. Second is when are we going to review it? So identify for you, what does that look like? I've had clients that do it every other day, some clients that do it daily. Again, I'm in the daily camp just because it's part of my daily process and I trust that I've done it, right? I trust that I know that it's going to be dealt with. It is so essential. The goal about all of this is to turn thoughts into action. So your strategic next steps is to identify after your review. So second step, hurdle, excuse me. We talked about the fact that your second hurdle was reviewing your list. The third hurdle is what do you do with it now? So when you're reviewing your capture list, the strategic next step is to either calendar it or you want a parking lot the idea, right? So there's a couple steps that you want to take. Once you reviewed your capture list, you want to review it with the lens of not everything becomes action. Some things become notes or a someday idea, or maybe just a, hey, not now. It was a great thought when it happened, but I don't need to do anything with it now. One of the great things about a capture list review is it gives you time and space from that thought so you can go back and look, does this make sense? Is this something I want to do? Remember, once you've reviewed it, then you can either decide, do I take action on the most important or urgent things, right? It's a chance for you to decide, what do I do with this? Is this, I have to do this now? All hands on deck. I must make this call now. I must do whatever now, or decide when is it you're going to be able to do it. Then you're going to come up with your strategy. You're going to decide if the thought needs, again, future research, are you scheduling it, or immediate action? So the entire thought with this step is how are you going to turn your thoughts into action? What you're going to do is you're going to assign time and you're going to review each item on your capture list, and then you're going to identify how to move forward with it. Is it something you're moving to your to-do list? Is there follow-up that you need to do? Or again, is it not for now? It was a great thought while it happened. So it's important to identify how are you actually going to turn your thoughts into action. If you learn anything today, if there's anything that I can suggest, my recommendation for you is to realize that a capture process is worth your time. So spending some time and just thinking about how you want to process it is going to be worth it. The more organized your mind, the more focused your actions and the more productive your time. Distractions can easily derail progress. So create a capture process that works for you in advance to capture your ideas before they slip away and turn them into action instead. A capture list is worth your time because it is your thoughts that deserve time, effort, and energy to decide how to move forward. Another reason is that it is kind to your mind. When you think about it, if we're expecting our memories and our minds to remember everything, we're not setting ourselves up for success. So a capture list and knowing what you're going to do with it is actually being kind to your mind and setting your future you up for success. Isn't that worth a few minutes to think how you want to do it? So ask yourself, how will you incorporate a capture list into your productivity? Remember, every idea does not need an action. It needs a decision about what's next. The way you can make that decision is to turn it from a capture into an action with setting up a process for yourself. So your next steps are to do just that. Your next steps are to say, how are you going to capture ideas and turn them into action? How will you reduce mental clutter? How will you be kind to your mind? You're going to capture first, you're going to decide later, and you're going to act intentionally. So the 5 steps that you're going to take to process through this, you're going to create one capture list. You're going to identify what is it, where is it that you're going to track your captures. Then you're going to capture ideas instead of remembering them. Once you say the where, you're going to start to use it. And you're going to start to, when you hear something, put it in your idea. Another reason I like the notes is because I'm able to voice activate it. Then after you capture it, you need to give every thought a place to go. Then you need to review your list regularly, and you need to turn important things into action. The goal of today's conversation and today's intentional productivity tips has been to say, let's be real. We are asking a lot of our minds. We know that we're going to have thoughts and actions and ideas that pop up in them. We know that they are distractions. So what are we going to do about that? The way we're going to turn our mental clutter into action is through a capture list. So that's the one way you're going to reduce mental clutter. If you have too many thoughts, a capture list is going to be helping you. So my goal for you as every week is to have one follow-up action plan. And the follow-up action plan is for you to follow those steps, to create one capture list, to capture thoughts instead of remembering them, to give every thought a place to go, to review your list regularly, and to turn the important things into action. I promise you, I had one client who he was very not sure about it. He chose the note card method. And I was like, try it out just for a week. We used to meet every week. And so I was like, try it from this week to next week and we'll see how it goes. And he was very skeptical and I could tell. Sent him a text midweek to see what he was thinking, didn't hear back. Talked to him the following week. The reason I didn't hear him back is because it worked and he liked it and he wanted to tell me that. So I do promise that if you come up with a capture list, it's going to help you and it will reduce your mental clutter. You want to capture first, you want to decide later, and you want to act intentionally. I am Megan. I am your very favorite strategic productivity partner. I want to thank you for joining me today on Intentional Productivity Tips. I want to thank you for spending time thinking about your productivity. When you think about it, working smarter, not harder, is the goal. We have worked really, really hard to create the lives that we're living. Shouldn't we enjoy them? Shouldn't we let our minds rest? And remember, a capture process is going to increase the likelihood of you finishing something by 40%. Isn't the time and effort of this worth increasing the likelihood by 40%? I think so. I want to thank you for joining me today. I want to say, please come back next Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific, where we will be talking about more intentional productivity tips. In the meantime, let's connect. Follow me, Intentional Productivity Tips on Instagram, or you can always email me at k@productivitymegan.com. My goal for you is to enjoy the life that you've worked so hard to create. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching me. And I would like to say, have a great weekend, and I will see you next Thursday at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Get ready to wear the brand that's changing the world of media. Introducing the official USA Global TV and Radio online store. From our TV show hosts to our incredible global guests, you asked, we delivered. Rep your appearance with pride. Whether you've been on air, hosted a show, or tuned in, we have something just for you. Visit us at usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com and start shopping today. Check back frequently. We're dropping fresh new designs all the time. Showcase your role in our global community. These designs celebrate your voice, your story, your presence. It's more than just merchandise. It's a movement of hope, inspiration, education, and elevated listening. Head to usaglobaltvradioshoп.myspreadshop.com. Your spotlight awaits. USA Global TV and Radio. Elevate your style. Elevate the world.
My Tummy Hurts by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Meet Jackie. She loves recess, running with friends, and laughing on the playground. At school, Jackie tries to play like she always does, But suddenly the pain comes back. Lately, something feels different and her tummy hurts, sometimes a little and sometimes a lot. With the help of a caring teacher, a nurse, her mom, and a kind doctor, Jackie begins to understand what her body is trying to tell her. Sometimes tummy pain is more than a simple bellyache. Some children live with conditions like ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease. Jackie listens to her body. She asks for help. She knows she's not alone. And Jackie finds her way back to running, laughing, and being herself. My Tummy Hurts, a kid's guide to bellyaches and bathroom troubles by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, available on Amazon and in fine bookstores around the world. People are searching for experts every day. Are they finding you, or are they finding someone else? Every day, professionals are building authority through media. We've already built the platform. USA Global TV and Radio. Over 14,000 shows streamed to over 60 countries. This isn't about becoming famous. It's about leverage, visibility, credibility, opportunity. One interview, one conversation, one show, repurposed into content, connection, and business growth. Most people assume hosting a TV show requires a studio, a production team, and a massive budget. Our television packages begin at $1,500 US per month. Professional production, global distribution, replay visibility, built for voices with something to say. I'm Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and if this resonates with you, we should talk. USA Global TV and Radio, all rights reserved.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honored to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.